The price hikes for some drugs over the last 2 decades are startling. If you take a look at this graph, you can see in the last 20 years, prices for the cost of the average multiple sclerosis drug was about $10,000. If you fast forward 20 years, now the price is almost $80,000 to $100,000 a year. And this is a really tough cost burden for those living with the disease. Michael Daisley says he tries to get outdoors a few times a week.
And I walk on the Greenway a lot. I've discovered the Mecklenburg Greenways, and they're delightful. They're a hidden treasure.
By walking, he means he uses this all-terrain wheelchair. It has tires similar to that of a mountain bike, so it allows him to go on rough, uneven surfaces.
There we go. I get a good, pretty good upper body workout and can go a lot further distances.
Daisley has multiple sclerosis. He can use his walker to get around, but says it slows him down.
If I'm going to a Davidson game, for instance, and I'm having to come in from the parking lot, it just, other people are passing me left and right.
It's why he likes the option of his chair, but it wasn't cheap.
But when I got it, it was a little bit more than about $3,000.
It's not covered by insurance, but the cost of this chair is not what bothers him the most.
The prescription medicines are down here.
He takes several medications to treat his illness.
So that's the Impera.
While most of these are covered by Medicare, he still has to pay a portion.
So all told, my medical cost out of pocket, again, is not horrendous. But it's still about $325 a month.
Or nearly $4,000 a year. And what really bothers him is that the price of so many drugs has gone up so fast. The Multiple Sclerosis Society reports that some medications have increased as much as 1,100% in the last 20 years.
Fortunately, I'm in a position, I've done okay with my law practice. I'm in a position in which I can afford some of these in a way that other folks can't. But at the same time, it's not easy. And it shouldn't be this hard anyway for anybody.
Still, Daisley says some treatments are out of reach for him. His doctor wants him to try a new medication, but the cost is about $70,000 a year. It's not clear if Medicare will cover it.
People ought to be able to take advantage of good, effective medication without huge financial burdens. Put this over here.
One treatment costs him nothing. Exercise is another way to keep his neurons and muscles active.
It's a multi-pronged approach to kind of staying on top of this.
It's not a replacement for the medication he needs, but he plans to move as much as he can while he can. You may be wondering why the cost of pharmaceutical drugs has gone up so much in recent years. David Wilcox from Concord wrote a book recently about the cost of the healthcare system. He says prices are increasing because the prescription drug industry in the U.S. is largely unregulated.
What has to occur at some point is that there has to be price caps set at things, or the drug company has to be able to say, look, it really does cost me X amount of money to produce this drug, and they're going to have to show us that information as opposed to just say, well, yeah, we've got all this research and development costs.
In the studio, Carrie Beal, Spectrum News 1.